Hey guys, welcome back. It's Diana Pascal. I'm happy you're here. Class today is focused on back bending, so it's going to be very energizing and expansive. We are going to work on dancer's pose and Pincha Mayurasana or forearm balance. And to do this practice, I recommend 2 blocks and a strap, but you can follow along if you don't have any props. So let's get started. Come to your hands and your knees. Pop on down to your forearms and do some cat cows. Spread your fingers and have your pointer finger facing straight forward. So you're stacking your elbows under your shoulders. You're engaging the shoulders a bit. And then come to a neutral spine and just move your hips forward and back. So we are learning to extend the arms up a little bit or flex the shoulders. And we need to have this full shoulder flexion for our forearm stand. And then take a seat and we'll work a little bit more on that. So you're going to interlace your fingers, invert your palms, and stretch your arms up. So this is full shoulder flexion. We want to be able to get the arms in line with the ears without overly back bending. So think that you're pulling your ribs down as you reach your arms up to the sky. And you're flexing at your wrist. It's like you're pushing the ceiling away. You can shrug your shoulders a bit. Take another breath in. And exhale, release. Let's put the other finger on top. Push the arms forward and take the arms in line with the ears. Shrug your shoulders up like you are pushing the sky away. Slightly drawing your belly in. And release. Awesome. Come to a downward facing dog. Inhale, take a plank pose. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, step through. Lower your back knee. Take your arms up. Move your hips forward and back a couple times so that you really open up the left hip flexor, the left quadricep. As you do this, imagine that you're suctioning your feet towards each other. So your right foot's pulling back and your left knee is pulling forward. One more time like this. And then come a little bit forward. Grab your left wrist, reach up and over to the right. Inhale, come up, cactus your arms, lift your chest, interlace your hands behind your head, lean your head back into your hands, and look up at the sky. Little back bend. So your pelvis, your hips, should be moving forward in front of your back knee. Good. Arms extend, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, step through. Lower your back knee. So make sure your ankle's underneath your knee. Your hips are in front of your back knee, and then arms are up by the ears. You're moving your pelvis forward and back a few times, finding this full range of motion. And as you're moving forward, you're lengthening this right quadricep and the whole psoas hip flexor section in the front of the right hip. So come forward just a little bit, not to your deepest place. Cactus your arms. Lean your head back, look up, and then interlace your fingers behind your head and wrap your elbows towards each other. Keep lifting your sternum. Trying to dump in your low back so the core is a little bit engaged. Extend your arms. Release. Step to downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, bend your elbows lower to your belly. Inhale, lift your chest. Lift your arms. Cactus your arms. Lift your hands really high. And then reach your arms forward with your thumbs up. And then lift your legs. Take another breath in, strengthening your back line. Exhale, release. You can push back through bent knees and find downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, step through. Lower your back knee. Inhale your arms up, Anjaneyasana. Cactus your arms. Look over to the right. Take your hands to prayer and hook your elbow outside your thigh. So we're widening the back here as we twist. Push your chest towards your thumbs. You can stay there or you could straighten your back leg if that's interesting. Feel free to do that. Take a full breath in and out. Exhale, release your hands, release your back knee, take your right arm around, catch your foot. If your foot's too far away to grab, put your left hand on a block. You want to draw your heel towards you for a breath, and then push your foot into your hand for a breath to really open the chest. Good. Release your hands. Kick your right leg back up where you started and down dog split, and then crawl your hands to your left toes. Turn your right toes out and then roll your right toes down so your hip is square. Bend your right knee, draw your heel to your butt, and keep lifting the knee. Re-extend your right leg, walk your hands forward, and step to your right thumb. You can spin your back heel down so your back toes are turned out slightly, and then take your arms up to Warrior One. Warrior One's a very expansive, powerful pose, opening the front body. So grounding the outer edge of your back foot, heavying your tailbone. Think that you're pulling your pubic bone up, lifting your heart. Great. We're going to grab a block. If you don't have one, don't worry. This is just to give you a little bit of extra effort in the shoulders. Reach the block forward, and you're going to lift your back leg and come to Warrior Three. So your hands are around the brick. Your left toes face down. Straighten your elbows. And then take your toes to touch for a chair pose. Take the block behind your head. Lean your head back into the block. Wrap your elbows together so you're in a back bend. Stand all the way up. Standing back bend. Keep leaning your head into the brick. Wrap your elbows together. Inhale, extend your arms. Take your block down and find a regular chair pose, no block. Hands to prayer. Hook your elbow outside your thigh for a twist. Pushing the sternum towards the thumbs. You can think you're lifting your belly off of your thighs a bit. And then look down, see if you can lift your left heel, and then maybe lift your left foot. Slowly extend the leg. Step into your twisted lunge. You've been here before. And then take your downward facing dog. All that on the other side. Left leg up, breathe in. Exhale, step through. Release your back knee. Arms up, Anjaneyasana. Cactus your arms. Do a little turn to the left. Hands to prayer. Hook your elbow outside your thigh. Push your chest towards your thumbs. You're widening your elbows. Stay there, or you could extend the back leg. Take a full breath in. Strong back leg. Full breath out. Release your hands. Lower your back knee. Take your left hand around. Catch your foot. Take your quad stretch. You can pull your heel towards you and then push your foot into your hand. Let that open your chest. Plant your hands, kick your left leg back up where you started in your down dog split. Crawl your hands to your right toes, back of your mat. Open your hip. And then close your hip by wrapping your left toes down. Bend your knee, heel to the butt. Keep lifting the knee. Re-extend the leg. Walk your hands forward. Walk your hands forward and step through. Spin your right heel down. So your right toes are going to be turned out a little bit towards like 2 o'clock. And then you'll find your warrior one. So rooting your hips down, heavy your tailbone. And then from there, reaching the arms up, lifting the chest and the gaze. Reach down, find a block, take it between your hands, strong elbows, strong arms, lift your right leg. Turn your right toes down. You could even look forward at your block, so you're doing a little back bend. The back leg is trying to lift as high as the chest, squaring your hip by turning the right toes down, and then step into your chair pose. Bend your elbows, take the block behind your head, lean your head back into your block. Stay in your back bend as you straighten your legs and stand up. Inhale, straighten your arms and release your block to the side. Arms up, chair pose. Hands to prayer. Twist to your left. Bring your elbow outside your thigh. Lower your hips like you're sitting on a chair and then start to turn your heart any amount to the left. We're going to play with this balance again. Try to lift the right heel. Maybe you float your right foot for a second or maybe a few seconds and slowly extend and step back. So you're in your twisted lunge. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Plant your hands, downward facing dog. Lower your knees. We're going to work on some elements for Pincha Mayurasana. We're going to do dolphin pose. But before that, bring a strap around your wrist and just take the strap to collarbone, inner shoulder width. If you don't have a strap, you can put bands around your wrist, or you can just do this without the strap. So keeping your hands as wide as your elbows, take your arms up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Good. Now we're going to come onto the forearms on the floor for our forearm stand. If you have a block, you can put your fingers around the block like you're framing it. Don't let your elbows go too wide, so elbows as narrow as the shoulders, and then you can lift up to your dolphin pose. If you find that you're really rounding in your back, bend your knees a little bit, or you can widen your feet. And then we're going to play with lifting the right leg, the right toes face down, and then release. And then you can lift your left leg, the left toes face down, and you can release and lower your knees. Take your block to the side. Come to downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Come onto your forearms. Bring your hands as wide as your elbows. Curl your toes. Lift your belly up. Keep your knees down, so feel your core engaging. And then release, lower. One more time. Lift your belly. Feel your core engaging. Lift your pelvis. And then release. Last one. This time we're going to lift the knees. Come all the way up into a forearm plank. Push through your shoulders, spread your fingers, strong legs, spin your heels to the left, take your right arm up. Notice that my left hand has not moved, so my left fingers still face forward. Good. Press the hips up. Come on to forearm plank again. Spin your heels to the right and take your left arm up. Lift your hips, push through your knuckles, come back to forearm plank and lower your knees and lower your pelvis. Good, you can slide your hands back and just do a little up dog or cobra, back bend, and exhale, lower. Push yourself back to downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, step through. Arms up, warrior one. Exhale, hinge. Float your left leg, warrior three. And step your feet to touch. So you're in a chair pose. Take your right shin up. Grab your ankle and then bring your knees together. From here, you can reach back and grab the ankle with both hands, if that's available. Soften your left knee, and you can just push your foot into your hand a little bit. And release into your chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Step your left foot back. Downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, step through. Find your warrior one. Exhale, drop your chest on your thigh. Lift your right leg. Warrior three. Step your toes together. Chair. Hug your left shin up. Grab your ankle with your left hand and then bring your knees together. You can keep holding with just your left hand, or maybe you can find your ankle with your right hand also. Kick your foot back a little bit for a quad stretch. Lifting your chest. And release, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Plant your hands, step your left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend your knees. You can step or jump forward. Inhale, chair pose. And exhale, stand up. We're going to take a full dancer's pose. We're going to do a couple of variations. So same idea, starting with the right knee, lifting it up. Grab your ankle with your right hand and bring your knees together. From here, walk your hand over and grab the inside of your ankle so your thumb faces up. Bend your left knee just a little bit so it's not locked out, so there's some softness and aliveness and bounce in the left leg. And then take the left arm up by your ear. And any amount, you'll kick your foot into your hand. As you keep kicking, when you find your full expression of pushing your foot back, you can start to drop your chest a little bit, let your heart go forward. And you might find that your foot is as high as your left hand. And as you unwind, move really slow. And let's do the other side. So take the left knee up, grab your ankle, bring your knees together. Walk your hand over to the inside of your foot. So your thumb now faces up. So you're holding the inner ankle. Get that little bounce in your right knee. Right arm goes up. Start to shift your chest forward slightly as you kick your foot into your hand. And again, once you really feel that you've pushed your foot up and back as much as you can, then start to drop your chest slightly. Steady your eyes, nice and steady and soft in one spot. Steady your breath. Moving really slow to come out. Awesome. So we're going to do one more round. You can do it the same way. Otherwise, you can take a full dancers with a strap, which I highly recommend if you want to try it. I'm going to talk us through it. So all you need to do is put a big loop in your strap and put the strap over your right foot. Yeah? And then take your right hand to your right shoulder. And if this already feels like it's too much, then the strap is too tight, too small, the loop is too small, and you should make it longer. If you have a room to continue, we'll move through this together. You're going to take your left arm up and see if you can grab the strap with also your left hand. And this is really the spot you want to be to start to move. So you're holding the strap with both hands, the right foot's in the strap. You can soften your left knee and just kick your foot up and back any amount. So the big thing here is to not let the knee open out too much. So think that you're wrapping the right knee down. And then also wrap your elbows in. Don't let your elbows go out. And then just keep pushing your foot into the strap any amount. And when you're ready, very slowly, without flinging, see if you can come out. It's a very deep back bend, so just, take a minute before you switch sides. Notice how that feels. Okay, so for the other side, you put the loop in your left foot, and you take your left hand to hold it, and bring your left hand to your shoulder. So your left elbow faces up. Crawl your right hand down to meet your left. So now both hands are holding the loop. Stabilize yourself. Steady your eyes. Again, don't lock out your standing knee. Start to push your foot into the strap. Keep dropping your left hip down. Lift your chest. Lift your gaze. Kick your foot into the loop. Steady breath. You'll come out with lots of control, very slow. And we'll take the strap to the side. Chair pose. Hands down, step to downward dog. And lower your knees. So we're going to do one more round of a dolphin pose. And for this one, if you want to kick up into a forearm balance, forearm stand, you can do that. So I'm going to show you an option with the strap around your elbows if you want to try that. Otherwise, everything's the same. This is just going to kind of force my elbows not to go out, which can happen. So this is just giving me a really nice boundary with the strap. You don't have to use it. You also can kick up against a wall if you feel like the balance is going to be challenging. It's really nice to have the wall to kick your feet onto, so I recommend that. You also can put your hands around a block as another boundary so that the hands don't go in, gives them a little bit of width. Up to you. And you can also just do it with no props at all. So all you do is come onto your elbows, your fingers are spread, and then you'll lift up into dolphin, which is a down dog on your elbows. From here, you can walk your feet closer to your elbows. You don't have to lift a leg, but if you want to, you can lift the right leg. You don't have to kick up, but if you want to, you'll keep the right leg really straight, and the left knee is going to do all the work. So the left leg is going to bend and lift, and then you might find that you can lift and take the left leg to meet the right. And once you find the balance, pull your belly up, push through your arms, squeeze your legs together. When you're ready to come out, you'll just tap one foot down and then the other. And you can take a rest. And we're going to do the other side where we kick the opposite foot up. Okay, so if you're ready, put your hands around your brick, come onto your elbows, and lift up to your dolphin pose. Again, you'll walk your feet a little bit in, lift the left leg this time. The leg that's lifted is going to just be straight, and the bottom leg is going to do the heavy lifting. So you'll push off that bottom leg, and then you'll lift your legs together as best you can. Push through your forearms, pull your belly up, squeeze your legs, smooth breaths. And when you're ready, you'll just step one foot down at a time. Lower your knees and take a pause. Go ahead and sit on a block in Virasana Hero's pose. So you're on your shins. You can have your brick on the wide setting. If you don't have a block, you can sit on a pillow, a cushion. Palms can rest down on your thighs and you can close your eyes. So after some deep back bends, opening the front of the body and going upside down, you've really probably shaken things up. Back bends can be very powerful, expansive, energizing. So just tune in, notice how you're feeling. Watch the quality of your breath. You can have your lips seal, just breathing in and out of your nose. Maybe you feel a little bit of opening in the front of the chest. Maybe your shoulders feel a little tired from all that work. And just allow yourself to feel whatever is there, whatever's present. And just receiving the benefits of your practice. Tuning in to the effects of your practice. And if you have more time and you want to lay down in Shavasana or take a longer meditation, that can be nice. Otherwise, you can bring your hands together to close. Namaste. Great to see you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.